Okay, this is just so you see his teeth, but his age looks pretty appropriate. But I'm not a vet. But there you go. Looks like he is probably 13 or 14. Okay. Alright, I'm going to shove open the gate. And then we'll shove it back. Because he doesn't seem to really know the gates. But he's not afraid of it. And he doesn't seem spooky, but we'll see. These videos will be out of order. It never downloads. Right. Okay, he's not spooky passing all this stuff. There's a flag there. That's all fine. We're going to go downhill and we'll see how he does. I don't know how he is, but we'll see. Some horses that have arthritis can still do hills and stuff. Just might have to butte them sometimes if you overdo it. And some you just got to keep on the flat and then they're okay. So he did that okay. This scares all the horses in here. So far he doesn't seem to care. He's looking, but nothing bad. So far passing all the other horses and leaving, he's fine. But, you know, some of that depends on your energy. I'm a dominant, calm energy. I'm also carrying a stick. So that all helps. You know, if you're submissive, sometimes they mess with you right away. Alright, we're going to take the turn. This is usually when if they're going to give me a problem, they do. He's going to the bathroom, of course. So we're not going to stop, because if you stop and let them go to the bathroom, they're more than likely to stop and run backwards because of the scarecrow stuff up here, the bags and things of that nature. But so far he's going good. We got an ATV up in here. We'll have to pass, and that usually means somebody's in the bushes, so we'll see how that goes. So going up the hill, he's doing fine. This is deep sand. If I didn't push him, he would be going much slower. So I did tap him with my stick a couple of times. Somebody's over there in a blue shirt. He will not see it because blue and green look similar to the horses, and they're in the bushes. So that's the scarecrow stuff. He just looked, they're over there. Yeah, so he senses that somebody's there. So he's acting like he don't want to go. Good boy. Good boy. I'm just letting him look. He's looking at the person. So you saw what I had to do to get him by. A lot of these horses, you know, are cheaper because they need tune-ups. But if you can get them by that stuff, you can get a horse for much cheaper. Okay. Get up the stairs. The good thing is he's not reacting now that we passed it. And we're all by ourselves. Now that we passed it, he's totally back to calm. We'll see how he does up these steps. I'm just looking down so you can see what they are, because this is what will be coming back down. He's a little out of air, but that's a hard hill for when you're out of shape. Now, he gets up the steps just fine. Coming down, we'll see if that's just as good or not. Now, you might think, oh, that's mean. I didn't rest there. I don't rest there because we're too close to home. And some of them, when they haven't been out, decide they would like to go back. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. So I wait till we're up here further away. And then we'll give him a little break right here. And let him catch his air, and then we'll continue. All right, now that I'm going to start off again, he felt like he wasn't going to go. He didn't do anything bad, but he thought about it. He's like, should I go for this lady? And I just gave him a carrot. So definitely need a stick or something in the beginning. You can hear me hitting them. But this is normal behavior for horses when they haven't been out in a while. And I'm not talking days, I'm talking months. Because they use these field trial horses and then they can sit for a bit until the next field trials are coming up. Okay, so this is a little narrow and we have to step over a root. He just tripped on that because he just wasn't paying attention. This is very narrow. A lot of horses hit the sides of those things, but it was a good test. Okay, now I'm going to try and go faster. Nice canter. Good boy. It is a canter out here. Very nice. Left lead. So you might only know his left lead. A lot of trail horses only know one. Good. There's a little bump there. He could have tripped on it and he didn't, so that was good. Gait wise, very nice. Alright, so I'm gonna just ride with one hand. You know he neck reins. But you don't want to ride with one hand when you're somewhere new or scary, because you can steer better with two hands. You can catch the horse much quicker. With one hand, they can just spin around and go home if they want. So he does neck rein, but this is a horse I would ride with two hands till he was sure of his new job, and then you could go to one hand if you wanted. People are lazy and you think they're fine, and you go to one hand and then the horse does something. And then you're like, oops, Gate told me I shouldn't have done that. Okay, now I'm going to try and gait faster. Maybe canter up this hill and see if it amps him up, if he stays quiet. So his gait is pretty smooth. I'm just having to push him, that's all. I think he'd be happy following other horses. Alright, so we're going to go up this hill so you can see it's steep. Well, hopefully you can tell it's steep. And then we're going to rest on the top and come right back down just so you see what it is. So he's in no rush to get up it. He would have cantered if I pushed him, but I kind of want to see how he does walking up it. You can feel a big thrust from his back end, so that could get much more powerful if you worked him. But he had no problem getting me up that hill. Alright, we're pretty high up. Nobody ever understands that. Okay, so we're going to take a break, but look, totally loose rein. He's not trying to run away. The worst he's going to try and do is go home. So, seems good, but needs, you know, some tuning up and some calories and stuff. Alright, we're eating another carrot. But he did good. He didn't try to turn around, so we're going to turn around now and go down this and see how we do. Very bumpy. Easy. So I am slowing him down because he's going a little bit faster than I'd like. I'd like him more on his back end. When they're out of shape, I slow them down a little, not a lot, because I know sometimes they can't hold themselves. So, not bad. Just like them to go a little bit slower, just to make them more sure-footed, but he didn't miss a step. Okay. So now, when you go home, you usually see them walk out faster, right? Because they're all motivated to go home. That's when you find out how fast they can go and how well they can gait. Because if they can do it the way home, guess what? They can do it on the way out. You just got to make them. So he's going nice and straight now because he's motivated to go home, but he's not running home. That's if I push my hands forward. Okay. We have deer and stuff that jump out of the bushes, so I don't ride on a loose rein up here because I want to stay safe. Well, he's doing just fine. So he seems, and from Terry's video, that he's good in groups, and he's probably a follower type horse because he's not very forward or super brave, even though he's brave. Something's in there. And so he'd probably go slow with quarter horses if somebody wanted to. But if you're going to ride alone or go first, you got to push him. At least at this point in time, you got to push him and ride with a stick and be a little bit more dominant. He's not going to pack you if you're alone. He's not going to do anything bad. He just might turn around and decide to go home. He's like, you're scared, I'm scared, let's go home. Okay, so now we're going down another hill. Same thing, just a little bit faster than I'd like. Some of you like to go downhill that fast, but it's not very safe. He did good, and he's been doing good coming home. That's why I didn't videotape it. There you go. So he screamed. Now he sped up a little. I just half halted. Now I can let go again. So that scares people when they scream. But all they're doing is like, is anybody around? Anybody else up here with me? And they're like, no, sucker. You're stuck with Gaye all by yourself. Okay, but otherwise, okay, now that we're motivated and we're going through the deep sand, he's motoring. He's motivated to get home, so he's really pushing and pulling, and he's doing a good job. It's fun, smooth. Here they sometimes trip on this route, so we'll see. He actually slowed down and paid attention, so that was good. I would just, lots of horses are like this. They go home fast. All I tell people is ride them when you get home. You don't have to torture them. Just ride them 10-20 minutes, leave their saddle on, go tie them up somewhere away from all the other horses. Sit there for 20-30 minutes or longer every day. Usually in a week or two, they don't want to go home so fast. It works really well, but only if you do it right. And lots of people, tie them up with food or tie them up with other things. I'm going to go right over this rock to see if he hits it. No, he didn't, so that was good. But you got to do it right. It's going through the very narrow part. So just a little fast, but I'm letting them go because when you go too slow through there, they wobble. Otherwise, he did good. He didn't hit the side. The person in the field is down there. This is the steps. He looked and stepped out quietly. So he's just not paying attention. Pay attention. That one was a bigger step, but he still did well. He's staring at the person in the field, so he's not paying any attention at all. And once I get down the steps, we'll let him look. But all they see is a hat and bushes and something moving. Because blue blends in with green. So he's a little nervous, so we'll see how he does when he gets down there again. He's looking at her. He's doing okay. He wants to get home, of course. But that's making him nervous, and that makes a lot of horses nervous when they can't see that it's really a person. So just taking our time, and if he wants to stop again, I'll let him stop. Good boy. Once she talks or he sees it's a person, then it's usually okay because they see blurry. Hi. But at least he went down the stairs just fine. Oh, she's gonna go. That's good. Now we don't have to go by into the bushes. It's hard out here because for some reason they always wear green or red, and all those colors kind of blend in for the horse. But now he's fine. Okay, that's it. All right, I forgot to say, so somebody buys him at the price Terry said now. He's a decent horse. I wouldn't sell him as like a mountain horse, but he did come up and down this hill just fine. I just wouldn't think it's the best for him since he has some decreased motion in his knees. But to do once in a while, I think he's fine. And if you do it right and got him out and just prepared him and took your time, probably in a couple of weeks to a month, you'd have a pretty darn nice horse. He's not hard, but you do gotta, at least for now, know how to ride until he gets tuned up, and then he probably would pack some beginners. There's whistling going on. And that's it. Of course, now I put in more, so that's just passing another horse. There's a tarp up here. He does hit the bumps once in a while. He doesn't fall down or anything. He just hits it, but his feet need to be done also. They're kind of long, so you can just trim the toes back or go barefoot with a Mustang roll. He might be perfectly fine. But that's the tarp. This is him, and he doesn't care at all. So he's not really a spooky horse. He's just got to get out and get work.